Good evening, teacher. My name is Daniela Roman, and today I'm going to talk about the narrative and parenthetical citations in APA 7th edition. Okay, first, what is the APA style? Okay, the APA style is a reference format created by the American Physiological Association. And this style can help to work in a different documents, for example, in the school, in the university, or at work. Okay, so this part is very important because avoid the plagiarism and support ideas with reliable sources. Okay, in this work, I'm talking for different topics. There are narrative situations, parenthetical citations, difference between them, and how to organize referencing correctly in APA 7 edition. Okay, the first, what is a narrative citation? Okay, the narrative citation happens when the author name appears at the part of the sentence. For example, need the author plus year. Okay, so I have one example. In this example, Oshima and Hogue inside the parentheses 2006 explain the academic writer requires organization and clarity. Okay, what is the function for this part? Okay, this is very important because search introduces the author naturally into the sentences, okay, and gives the importance to research the author, okay. So this part is very important into a document. The second one, what is a parenthetical citation? Okay, a parenthetical citation happens when the author and year appear inside parentheses and to the end of the sentences. Okay, for example, this structure is author and year. I have one example in the academic writing requires organization and clarity, Ojima and Ho, 2006. Okay, so what is the function for this part? The function is focus more on the information than the author and keeps the sentences shorter and more direct. Okay, so this is very important. Okay, the third topic, the difference between narrative and parenthetical citations. Okay, first, in the narrative situation, the author appears in the sentence focused on the research. For example, Oshima and Hogue 2006 said and write the other part, but for example, in a parenthetical citation, start with the author appears in parentheses focused on the information. For example, Oshima and Hogue 2006. Okay, so in this part is very important because all words inside the parenthetical. Okay, the next one, the source one book information. First, the disorder information. First, publisher, person, landman, authors, Oshima, and Hope A, year 2006 edition, the fourth edition, title, Writing Academic English. Okay, in this part, the reason process to organize this reference correctly in a past 7 edition is following this part. First, need the authors, next, the year, third, the title in italics, the fourth, the edition, and the final with the publisher. Okay, so this is very simple. The next one, that correct upper reference for the book. First, the final reference. For example, I have one example, Oshima and I hold a 2006 Royal Academic English 4th edition Persian Landman. For example, and I have the narrative situation. Oshima and Ho 2006 explain that good academic writing needs clear structure. And the final, the parenthetical situation example, good academic writer needs clear structure, Oshima and Ho 2006. Okay, so for example, in this part is very important the parentheses because use a different part into the sentences or into the paragraph. Okay, for example, the number two, the source and articular information. First, the disordered information. For example, have the DOI, the author's year, article, title, the number, the journal, the volume. Okay, so for this part, the process for the journal in the APA 7th edition, the order is authors, years, article title, journal in the title, volume and number, article number, and the final, the DOI. The DOI is very important because it can help to comprovate a good document or good article, a good work for other people. Okay. Okay, the final, the importance of APA citations. Okay, so this is very important because they give credit to original authors. For example, they avoid the plagiarism to increase academic credibility, and they help readers locate the sources. Okay, this is very important. I think that the more important is avoid plagiarism because with this, my document can help to the college, university, and work. Okay, and why app organization important? This is very important because it has a specific structure. Each source type has different rules. For example, into parentheses, inside parentheses, or other can change with a different rules. Okay, and final, the correct formatting makes academic work more professional. Okay, so the conclusion for this work is that importance of capacitations can help with the documents into the school, into the college, into the university, in my work, and I can have more credibility with my work because when this response I can present my job and say, okay, this is mine. I use this part. I use this article. I use this book. I use this didactic guide. So the my work can help with a good presentation of my work. Okay, so this is the reference for my work, and this is all. Thank you for your attention and have a great week. Thank you.